Donell,
Poppin', man.
what's up, man? How are you?
Good, man. What's good with you, man?
Not too much, man. How you holding up with everything going on?
Just in the lab, man. Just working, trying to, stay busy.
Yeah,
Facts, yeah.
I appreciate you making some time for us, man. You're one of our most popular artists among the readers of our site, and we got so much love for you.
I appreciate that, man. Definitely.
Absolutely. So I want to start this interview by talking about the single you had last year with Jon B, Understand. Now, not only was that the best R&B song we heard last year, we had it #1 in our countdown of top songs of the year, but man, that was just such a moment for R&B that you guys came together and made such a dope song. Like, I don't even think people understood how special that was.
Man, John hit me up and he asked me would I get on the record. And when I heard the record, I immediately said yes because I just felt like it was a great record. I didn't have anything to do with writing it or producing it. That was all John, you know what I'm saying? And, just out of respect for him and the love I got for him, I just wanted to be a part of it.
Right. You joined our podcast last year, and, we talked, and you said you were working on some new things with new music. Have you made any progress towards that?
I mean, I'm in the lab now, man. I'm just trying to make, I just make music every day. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It's nothing new for me. I mean, even though we stuck in the house, I do this every day anyway. So I'm just making music, man, just trying to, follow my heart and just make something great.
Cool. Definitely look forward to anything you got coming with, man. You always bless us with good music, so definitely looking forward to it.
Sure.
So one of the things we like to do in these interviews is touch on the history, get some of the backstories between artists, allow them to share their story. We celebrate their legacy a bit. I want to take it back with you a bit. So take us back to, when you first got signed. You were doing songwriting back then, getting placements for other artists, Usher and artists like that. How did you even get signed in the first place?
I had a group at first. I was with a group called Porsche, and we did a lot of shows in Chicago. We made a name for ourselves and everything, but we really didn't get signed there. So we took a trip to DC. They was having a big conference out there called the BRE, which is the Black Radio Exclusive Convention. And we went out there, man. We had a showcase. Nobody came to the showcase, so what we decided to do was just go in a hotel and sing for anybody who came out, who was in the lobby, So Eddie F happened to be downstairs, and we sang for him. He was like, yo, man, don't sing for nobody else. I'm going to sign y'all. As soon as he walked away, we started singing for other people. He came back over like, no, man, don't sing for nobody else. I'm going to sign y'all. And about 2 months later, he sent us plane tickets to come to New York. Wow,
that's dope, man. So that was the group. So how did it turn into just you, getting into the solo career?
Well, we broke up, man. We had some differences, and we broke up, and at the time, I think Eddie was producing a lot of records for other people, and he wanted me to write. So I just started writing, and I came up with this song called "You Took My Heart" for Usher, and then Puff heard that, and he wanted me to write with him for Usher. So we came up with "All the Time I Think of You."
Think of You, yeah. Right. How big was it for you that you did that song for Usher, one of your first placements, and it became a single?
It was huge, man. I mean, it was like it was me. It was like it was my song. I was singing. So when I heard it, it was like the 5 heartbeats, man. You hear yourself on the radio. It's like it was a beautiful moment.
Right. True Donell Jones fans know, not only are you an amazing vocalist, but you're a true songwriter and a producer in triple threat. So where did you develop those skills, man?
You know what, man? Like being around Eddie and them, man. Like he put me around a lot of great producers. I was around Dave Hall, Kenny Cornegie, just a lot of great producers when I was writing, and I just watched them do their work, man. And I just picked up a lot of things from them, and that's how I developed my craft.
Dope. Let's touch on your debut album, My Heart. Definitely feel like that one goes overlooked in your catalog, especially because of the success of Where I Want to Be, your second album. But we love My Heart, though. I mean, talk about making that album.
I mean, that was my first album, man. I just wanted to make a record where that you just put it on, let it play. Back then, we was all into hip hop and R&B, so we did a lot of loops, a lot of hip hop records, and I just felt like it was a really great fresh start. You know what I'm saying? It was something new for music, and I was just happy they gave me the shot.
Yeah. And it's dope because he came with the Stevie Wonder cover as a single. And we always talk about how we never hear that these days, artists putting out singles that are cover songs. So what was it like covering Stevie on your first album?
To be honest with you, man, that was extremely hard, man. I mean, to be honest, I didn't even know that it was a Stevie song at first. The this guy by the name of Darren Winnington. He was the producer on the track, and his wife sang it to me, and I sang it to tape. And LA heard it. He was like, "Yo, man, this got to be your first single." I didn't even know it was a Stevie Wonder record.
Yeah, that's dope, man. So there was a lot of good choices on the album that could have been singles as well, but you know, regardless, definitely a special project.
Yeah, man. Eddie did his thing on that one.
Then around that time, you also wrote another hit that we love for 702. That was "Get It Together." What do you remember about that one?
I remember being in the studio with those girls, man. They hated me, man, because I just kept making them do it over and over and over again because, you know, it was something I heard that I just wanted to hear from that record.
Yeah.
And it just came out to be a really good record, man. I mean, those girls, they really put their heart into it. And, you know, it's just something about writing, man. I love writing for other people, man. It just does something to me.
Right. That's dope. So, gotta touch on the "Where I Want to Be" album. Obviously, it's a bona fide classic. One of the best R&B albums of the 90s, no doubt. I just want to read the track list real quick because every song on this album could have been a single. "You Know What's Up," "Shorty Got Her Eyes on Me," "Where I Want to Be," "Have You Seen Her," "This Love," "All Her Love," "It's All Right," "Think About It," "He Won't Hurt You," "Pushing," "I Want to Love You," and "When I Was Down." I'm talking front to back, every song you came with it on that album, man. What do you remember about putting all that together?
I mean, we went in it with the intentions of trying to make an album that was going to be incredible. After the first album, you know, LaFace really didn't get it, and I just wanted to make sure they didn't fuck it up again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I tried to make a record where every song could possibly be a single, and that's what we did. You know what I'm saying? We attacked it like that, and from that point on, every album that I came out with, I tried to do the same thing, just make it where every song could possibly be a single, and
Right.
that's the way I approach, you know, making music.
I don't think you get enough credit for the fact that you wrote and produced a lot of the songs of most of your albums. Even this one, I'm looking at the track list right here, writing and producing credits for over half the album, man. What does it mean to have that much control of your project?
I mean, it's everything, man. I mean, you know, my heart, my emotions, all of those songs are things that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why people could really identify with what I do, is because all these songs come from my heart. You know what I'm saying? They come from things I've been through, and I can give it the type of emotion that it needs when I'm singing it, because it's something I really felt, you know?
Right. Well, what do you remember about when that album came out, especially singles like "You Know What's Up" and "Where I Want to Be"? Because for me, that was a huge moment in R&B. I remember you were like on top of the world as an R&B artist. But what was it like living in that moment?
I was a different cat then, man. I mean, you know, the world was different, man. I mean, it's just being number one, you know, being a kid and growing up in Chicago, always, you know, thinking about it and wanting to have a number one record, and it actually happened for me. So I mean, I was the happiest moment in my life, and it was just a beautiful moment for me.
Yeah, I just
hard work paid
remember
off.
about. I really remember about the song "Where I Want to Be," just hearing dudes in their car driving by blasting it and singing to it, you know, and you don't get that type of vulnerability from dudes a lot too often, but you brought it out of them, man. What did that mean to you?
Is that, you know what, man, those songs come from the heart, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if I'm going through it, I know other people in the world are going through it. So
Yeah,
that's why I just try to write, you know, what's in my mind, what's in my heart, you know.
special. So going into the next album, "Life Goes On," you know, coming off of "Where I Want to Be," how'd you approach that one?
Same way. Just, you know, just wanted to make sure that every song could possibly be a single. And we just went in it like that, man. I mean, that's how I do it every album. I listen to the previous album, and I go in and I try to create something that's going to be a little bit better than the last.
I really like the next one, "Journey of a Gemini." I mean, I know you had a diverse set of producers on that one and had some different sounds, but man, that one is a really strong album. I always felt like, you know, one of your best, and just love a lot of the songs on that one. So what do you remember about putting that one together?
I was going through a lot during that time. You know what I'm saying? I was struggling with alcoholism at that time. And I think I just came out of rehab. And I had already had a lot of songs. A lot of those songs that was supposed to go on the album went on my Lost Files album.
Mm-hmm.
Because we went in and we did a whole nother album. So I just remember going to LA, man, hooking up with Tim and Bob, man. I mean, it was incredible. Hooking up with Mike City, gave me a crazy record. I mean, it was just that time, and everybody was giving me like real dope music, man. It was real fresh, you know what I'm saying? So that album was real dope.
You know, I just remember how deep some of the songs on the album, like "Cry" and like "Portrait of a Woman," like we weren't hearing a lot of like music that took it that deep with the lyrics and really meant something. So the songs like that stood out to me. I mean, what does it mean to make songs like that?
I mean, you just got to go from the heart, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just try to, just feel it and put your heart into it. That's all I
right,
do.
right. So you came back with lyrics. The next album, you know, your first as an independent artist with E1. Touch on that one a bit.
Lyrics was, it's not one of my favorite albums, but
Really?
it was after a little bit of hiatus. Um, and I had fun making it, man, but it's not one of my favorites though, to be honest with you.
Why you say that?
I think I could have did better. I could have did better
Yeah,
with the time I had. And I just think I could have did better with that one.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I've always loved, though, I know it wasn't the one you wrote and produced, but the one Mike City did on there, Finer Things in Life. Amazing
Mike is a
song.
beast, man. Mike is a beast, man. Mike is a serious beast, man. Anytime I'm making a record, man, I always reach out to him.
Yeah.
See what he got, man, because he always come up with something really hot and really dope.
So, and then the last album you put out, you know, Forever, I think it was 2013.
Yeah.
Touch on that one a bit.
That's my baby, man. I think that's my favorite album of all of them because
Wow.
it's really about me. It's really about what I'm going through. I mean, they all are about me, but this particular album, man, I just really put my heart and soul into it, and I'm really proud of that album.
Yeah, that's another great project. I don't think you've ever put out a bad project, I've got to say. So that's what we really appreciate about you is every time you come with something, even though you didn't like lyrics, I mean, to me, I didn't think it was a bad album.
It wasn't
We
a bad
appreciate
album, but I think it could have did better.
Yeah,
I'm just like that though. You know what I'm saying? I'm really hard on myself.
right. Gotcha. And then a few years ago, you had the single with David Banner, Never Let Her Go. And we thought that might have been leading to an album. You know, what was the situation around then?
Just out the game for a minute and wanted to do something real quick. I made that beat and came up with the song. And I got I think I was going up Stone Mountain one day and I seen David Banner coming down. And I was like, yo, what's up, man? We hooked up. He was like, yo, you got a song you want to do? I was like, yeah. We hooked up,
Yeah.
we did it. And it was just like that, just quick.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So at any point since, you know, Forever came out, were you close to getting ready to release an album or not really?
I'm in the process now. I'm going to release something this year. I really want to release something for my birthday, though, like maybe a single or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
which is coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been working for a long time, man, so I'm ready, definitely.
So what is it like for you when you lock in, you know, you got the studio there, you could take advantage of this quarantine because you write and produce and sing. What's your process like when you get down into that studio and start making music?
Put the candles on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Play some of my old joints and just relax, and just try to, get into it.
That's dope. That's dope.
Get into it.
If you have a few minutes.
It's really no.
Yeah.
I don't have any set rules on how I do it, man. It just comes to me, man. I mean, everything that I do, I can't really say that I did it. It just comes to me, man. It's like I'm an antenna and I just pick up the signal.
So if you have a few minutes, I'd like to see if we could take some questions from some of your fans who are in here.
Sure.
If anyone has a question you want to submit, feel free to put it in the comments. We'll look out for it real quick. While we're waiting on that to come in, I just got to mention, Jacquees, you worked with him. It was awesome to see the younger generation respecting you and showing you respect.
Yeah, man, I like that little guy, man. I mean, he's an extraordinary singer, man. I mean, and he had a great heart, man. He's a wonderful character. And I just wanted to give him something, man, that was going to be real dope. He reached out to me when he was working on this album. He wanted me to listen to it. And that's when I met him. And I really like what I heard, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to go back in and give him something really nice.
So the first question, will you marry me? I think it's too late.
I'm already married.
Yeah. We got another one. Who was your biggest influence in music?
Wow, man, I got a lot of those, man. Definitely Babyface, Michael Jackson, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Teddy Riley, Eddie F., Jane Carn, Alicia Myers, uh, the Isley Brothers, Gene Carn, Patrice Rushen, uh, Rick James. Shit, I can go on for days, man. All of the greats, man. You know, Aretha Franklin, all of them, man. All of them. I listen to everything.
So here's another question from Amber Lois 78. What is your favorite song that you wrote?
My favorite song that I wrote would have to be "I Want You to Know" on my first album.
Mm.
Yeah.
What makes it that one? Just out of curiosity.
You know what, man? My mom and my sister, everybody was around when I was getting ready to write that record, and I just something told me to just put everybody out the studio, and I really, it was like I was one with that record. You know what I'm saying? It just came to me.
So,
yeah.
Another question here from Godson 7777. Is the new album gonna have a 90s feel?
It's gonna have a Donell Jones feel. I can't say it's gonna have a 90s feel. It's gonna have a Donell Jones feel. You know, I've never changed my style, and I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me see. What inspired your second album?
What inspired it? Just to do better than the first album. I think I had I just wanted to do better. I just wanted to do better, to be honest with you.
And then someone asked, what's your favorite song on the Where I Want to Be album?
Wow. Where I Want to Be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I Want to Be and He Won't Hurt You.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a good one from McKnight Image. Did Mariah Carey reach out to you before she used her sample on her single?
Nah, she didn't. But I wasn't gonna say no. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Mariah Carey, so I wasn't gonna say no anyway. They could have took it and did whatever they wanted to do with it. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Let me see if there's any others. Any artists today that are out that you'd like to work with? Newer artists?
You know what, man? I'm not really into the scene that's out there right now, to be honest with you, man. I'm really just focused on what I'm trying to do musically. And, you know, just be around my family, man, take care of my loved ones. And, you know, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not really into the scene.
Right.
I mean, if I had to work with anybody, it would definitely be Drake, though. You know, I love Drake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone asked, Mex Mason asked, do you think true R&B will return?
I don't think it went anywhere. You know, I think R&B is out there. You know, you just got to look for it. It's just not on mainstream radio. You just got to search. You know what I'm saying? But it's good music out there.
That's a good answer. I actually agree with that. Trying to see if there's any others. We'll take a couple more real quick. Which songs do you like performing the most, you know, to get the crowd hype? It's Lay.
This Love. Shorty Got Eyes on Me. I'm Gonna Be. Yeah, those joints.
Cool. Let me see if we can find two more. Yeah, we asked about the Mariah using the sample. People are asking to hear a sneak peek of something you're working on. I don't know if that's possible.
I'm kind of in the middle of something right now. Hold on 1 second. Let me see something.
So this could be an exclusive right here, guys. New Donell Jones.
Like I'm fresh starting with this right now.
No. You produce that yourself, right?
Yeah, I just got started on that.
Okay, cool, cool. I appreciate you sharing that with us, man.
No doubt.
Can't wait to hear how that turns out.
Appreciate it.
Let's see if we can find one more good question here. What was the meaning behind "Wish You Were Here"? That's a great song, actually. I love that one.
I didn't write that, so I couldn't tell you what the meaning
Really?
was. Nah,
You didn't. Okay, you didn't write that
I
one.
didn't write that one. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find a better one. Someone asked, did Chris Brown reach out when he sampled "Where I Want to Be"?
Nah, they didn't. He didn't sample it though. He just just used a part of the lyrics. But nah, they didn't reach out. I mean, they go through the publishing company. You know what I'm saying? They get permission and I get paid like that. But
Right.
I'm not opposed to anybody using the records, man. Just use them. I mean, that's what they're there for. Sample them.
Right.
I'm not one of those guys that's gonna say, nah, you can't use my records. Man, use it. That's what it's for. I use other people's records too. So.
All right, I got one more question for you, before we wrap this up. And, us R&B lovers, man, we consider you a legend. You've given us classic albums, timeless music, so much we still play to this day. But I want to know from you, how do you view your own legacy? Do you look at yourself like a legend? Do you know you've done all this for us R&B lovers?
To be honest with you, man, I'm just getting started. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's started really, man, to be honest with you, man. So I love what I've done so far, but I got so much more to go.
Yeah. No, I respect you being humble, man, and just keep making quality music, man. I appreciate it so much.
I'm on a mission, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just love what I do, and I just feel like this is what I'm supposed to do.
Right. So, hey, before we get out of here, is there anything you'd like to add?
I just want to thank all the fans, man, for supporting me for all the years and just rocking with me. And I'm gonna give y'all an incredible album, I promise.
Dope, man. Donell, thank you so much for making some time doing this interview, man. Always looking out for us, showing us love, man. So much respect for you.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, man. We'll talk soon.
All right,
Take
peace.
care.